Irene replied after cracking the window and lighting a Salem cigarette. I knew not to say anything about my mother and her beloved cancer sticks. I mean, I would have had some nerve to talk, seeing that I derived such pleasure from cigars. But Karen and my mother, they had butted heads one too many times about my mother smoking in the house. Both of them had valid points. Karen's being that she didn't want the twins subjected to secondhand smoke, and Irene thinking she was too grown to be told what to do by somebody I hadn't even married. I thought to step in and settle the argument, but realized I wasn't going to be able to satisfy either of their needs for me to be completely on their side. So I kept quiet about it. My silence, of course, pissed both of them off with me. Karen wanted her gone, and Irene didn't want to stay another day. There had been a Cold War going on while the twins and I watched. It seemed that subject was on my mother's mind, too. "Why didn't you speak up for me? You're the man of the house, and I'm your mother," she inquired after taking a long drag on her cigarette. I did, but you see how things are. Of course I'm the man, but even I'm not allowed to smoke in a house I paid for, I said, trying to reason with her. Never mind. It's not your fault, and that's why I'm going to my own place, where I can do whatever the fuck I want to, she exclaimed. Mr. Durham said they're almost completely done working on the house. I'm hoping you enjoy it, I said, trying to change the subject. Yeah, Fanny told me it's to die for. You know you really didn't have to spend all that money on my house. I was happy the way it was. Well, it would make me happy if you dig the way it is now. It's not like Mr. Durham is going to take back the jacuzzi. She was appreciative. Irene was just giving me the business because I had been neutral concerning her confrontation with Karen. And I knew that when I got home, there was going to be hell to pay there as well. Other than the fight with Karen, my mother had enjoyed herself. It was fun showing her around the city. It wasn't like this was her first time in L.A., but it was her first time with me as a tour guide. Being an entertainer and having some powerful connections in the business was a benefit I fully exploited while my mom was in town. Lisa virtually kidnapped her on a few occasions and had taken her to live studio tapings of The Price is Right and Thea Vidal's show on ABC. Irene thought Lisa's vision for my career was wise, and I should put more trust and effort into trying to get my own sitcom on the air. Are you hungry? I asked my mom as we neared the airport. No, not really. I just want to get on this plane and get home. You act like you have someone waiting on you, I said with a raised eyebrow. And if I did, what business would that be of yours? Don't forget, Mr. Cameron, who the most grown-up is in this car. We pulled into LAX's short-term parking. I grabbed her luggage and we headed over to the skycap. The diminutive Asian man strained to lift the largest of the 3 bags. You must be smuggling a body in this one, he chided. No, I buried the body. That's probably the saw and axe I used to dismember it that you're feeling, she replied with a deadpan look, proving that my quick wit came from her side of the family. The skycap didn't know whether or not to take her seriously, and I guess he figured that it was in his best interest to flash her a fake smile and hope for a generous tip. After he checked her in and marked her luggage as heavy baggage, I didn't disappoint when I slid him a $20 bill. You know, you can't be saying crazy things at the airport, Mom. You could see blood drain from that cat's face. He was all right. Poor little thing couldn't even lift the luggage. I'm so blessed to have a big, strong son like you, she said, trying to butter me up. Yes, you are blessed to have me. So who's going to help you with these bags when you land in Cleveland? I asked. Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, I would. Damn, you want to know who is carrying my luggage, using the new jacuzzi, and driving my Cadillac. Questions, and more questions. She ranted as we walked through security and headed toward her departing gate. Look, Ma, I'm serious. Are you seeing someone? She stopped dead in her tracks. Okay, I'm going to tell you this once, and I don't want to hear no more talk of it. She paused for only a moment. I am seeing someone casually. We go out, we watch movies, we dance, we dine, and sometimes. Before she said anything else, I interjected. Ma, okay.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.